Hey guys, welcome back to another Queen Form video. In today's video, we're talking about something that's actually very, you know, something that makes you actually think about this stuff. So let's get into it. It says at&t, Verizon, T-Mobile could face disruption from unlikely competitors, smaller mobile providers reselling their service at huge discounts. So basically, are MVNOs actually causing a threat to, these big three carriers, at&t, Verizon, and T-Mobile? So if you think about it, all MVNOs really what they do is they use the same service as one of the three big guys and they just resell it at a huge discount rate. So that's what it's saying. With all these MVNOs coming out, is it possible that it's disrupting, basically the flow of at&t, Verizon, or T-Mobile? It could be causing them to lose money or sales from that. So let's get into it. This is actually a pretty good article from Yahoo Finance. So it says a handful of upstart wireless providers like MobileX, which is a new provider that actually uses Verizon's network, and it's actually, I believe it's founded by the founder of Boost Mobile. So it says a handful of upstart wireless providers like MobileX and Dish Network Corp. So which now, of course, Dish Network owns Boost Mobile. So they also have Boost Infinite, and they both failed to gain traction despite offering monthly service plans at less than half the average cost of the major national networks. So it's saying, this article is actually pretty important, I think. So right now it's saying that, these two new guys that came out, it's Boost Infinite and MobileX, they came out. One is using, of course, Verizon, and Boost Mobile is using at&t's network mainly. So it's saying that even though their cost is more than half of the price of the postpaid provider, they still fail to even get really a big amount of customers to switch over to them, should I say. So a lot of people are still staying with Verizon and at&t, even though MobileX or Dish Network, or should I say Boost Mobile and Boost Infinite, failed to actually attract them. So it says each of these challengers is reselling service provided by one of these three major carriers. So like I said, basically it's an MVNO, at&t, Verizon Communications, and T-Mobile. So of course that's what they're doing, is they're buying bulk about data from them, and then they can resell that to you, the customer, at a discounted rate. So kind of like a Sam's Club or a Costco. It says through wholesale agreements known as mobile virtual network operators, or MVNOs, Bloomberg reported. So of course, like I said, all these MVNOs, they buy that bulk data and they, basically sell it back to you. It says aside from the network payments, the MVNOs have limited overhead. So, they don't really have a brick and mortar store, conduct business primarily online. So everything is online. So they don't have to worry about, rent, water, electric, or anything like that. Of course, if they're working from home, then they have to worry about their own, but as a company, they don't have to worry about it. So it says, and generally do not subsidize new phones. So that's another thing. They do not give you discounts on phones. Mainly like Boost Mobile, Cricket, and Metro, they do give you a subsidized price, but those are bigger MVNOs. But the smaller guys, they will not finance or subsidize a new phone. If the phone is $500, you pay $500, but your service will be cheaper. It says unlike the other competitors, like like the Verizon, T-Mobile, and at&t, they usually give you a free phone promotion or a heavily discounted if you get with them. So it says the group plan of the more prominent players like at&t help to contain the churn rate or pace of mobile phone subscribers switching service despite inflation-related fee increases and price hikes last year. So actually, if you're with at&t, T-Mobile, or Verizon, I don't know if you guys know, but of course, they did get rates increase, so their inflation-related fees went up, and their prices as well on the plan. So you got to be wary that the plans are going to go up. It's just, that's how it is. Inflation is causing stuff like this to happen. So it says the higher prices and attractions to get customers to upgrade to higher tier plans have helped boost the size of the average phone bill over the past 3 years. So basically how, postpaid carriers like the big three, how they attract customers is when a new phone comes out, they're like, hey, upgrade to this new phone. You can get it at a discount rate or free but the phone plan, because there's tiers, remember there's also like a basic, a middle, and a higher tier data plan. They make you go on a higher tier plan, so your phone bill technically will go up, but you'll get a discount on the phone, and most people will either forget to switch the plan back to the lower tier, or they get used to the good tier where you might get more hotspot, more priority data, all that good stuff. So you're like, you really don't want to go down because you're used to paying that. So that's actually a pretty smart way if you think about it to keep customers on a more expensive plan. It says, of course, the popularity of Netflix, Google, and YouTube streaming providers are streaming proved instrumental to the spike in data consumption with the launch of unlimited data plans. So a long time ago, guys, depending how old you are, there were not any unlimited data plans. You had to pay basically by the gig or per gig. So, if you only had, 20 gigs of data or 10 gigs of data, once you use that up, you had to wait till the next billing cycle or the next month for you to be able to get that data. But of course, with a lot of people watching everything on their phone, like I said, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, whatever you're watching on your phone, it's causing more people to use up more data, which you need unlimited data. And that's why a lot of carriers come out with that. So as unlimited data plans gained traction, bills became more predictable as overage charges disappeared. So of course, back in the day, same thing, like I said, when you had a data plan, you went over that, you get charged data overages. So if you went over a gig, let's say they'll charge you $15 or $20 extra. So check that. It says customers don't like these, or they don't like those surprises. Good Lord. Sorry guys, I just finished eating. I'm kind of tired. It said Lisa Pierce, an analyst with market research, Gartner Incorporated, unlimited plans remove a good amount of anxiety. So like I said, it's true. If people are like, oh my God, I'm gonna go over my data. What am I gonna do? It's gonna cost me more. With them being unlimited plans, you can't get charged any higher. So people are more, free to use their data for whatever they want, and they can expect about a bill to be the same. Says customers have been lured into expensive plans with unlimited data, free phones, and complimentary streaming services, says MobileX founder and CEO Peter Adderton. So it says big carriers charge you extra so you don't have to worry if you run over. Those are business models waiting for disruption, Adderton said. So this guy, of course, like I said, he's founder of MobileX, which runs on Verizon's network. They do only give you, I believe, 30 gigs or 35 gigs of data. That's what they will say. It's unlimited data, which for a lot of people, 30 gigs is not enough. Especially if you don't have Wi-Fi in your area, you're definitely going to go over the data allotment, and then you're going to suffer from slower speeds. So me personally, yes, I do think that MVNOs are causing a big headache for these guys. Because, why would you go with Verizon and pay $90 when you can go with Visible Mobile and just pay $40 or $25, depending on the promotions that they have, So me personally, I would go with, of course, let's say Visible or US Mobile or one of these other guys, because the bill's a lot cheaper, especially if you buy the phones outright or if you're trying to use a phone that you already own. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you use one of these MVNOs or do you use one of the big guys? So thank you for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, subscribe if you want to support the channel, which will help a lot. It's in the description below, so check it out. Thanks so much, guys.